Welcome to the first video on how to build a poster on endangered animals. The first thing you're going to want to do is do the research part of this project. So you're going to want to open up your Plan Endangered document. Go ahead and read the directions. And let's go ahead. I'm going to hold the Control key to go to this website. Click on that link to open up the website. You're going to want to find 4 or more animals from this list that you will represent on your poster. So I know I want to do the orca. I can do Control F on my keyboard and type in orca, or maybe it's under killer whale. Let's see, killer, there it is. So let's go ahead and click on that. And you're going to want to get at least 3 facts, 3 interesting facts, and 2 reasons they're endangered. Make sure you use facts that might be interesting to an audience for your age group. So for example, we're not going to say this animal is black and white as one of your facts. Okay, that's pretty basic. We want more interesting facts. So in the fast facts, I'm finding some interesting information about the orca. They can be as long as 23 feet long for the male. Males can weigh 7 to 10 tons, while females weigh 4 to 6 tons. So if you wanted to grab any of these facts, you'd want to go ahead and go to your document, your Plan Endangered. Make sure you write in the animal's name. It's really important because I've seen students gather the facts and come back to the document later and forget what the animal was. You don't want to put complete sentences for this research part. The purpose of that is that we don't want you to resort to plagiarism. It's so easy to plagiarize by copying and pasting off the internet. So let's go back and get one of those facts. And I might include that males weigh 7 to 10 tons. So if I come back here to the document, I might put for fact 1, males weigh 7 to 10 tons. Now if you just say 7 to 10 and you come back to this, okay, of course you're going to think tons, but what? 7 to 10 what? So be a little more specific. I've seen kids forget and they put misinformation later. And then you will definitely put this in a complete sentence later when you're putting your poster together. So males weigh 7 to 10 tons. If you want to add the weight on the female, that's fine as well. The lifespan, 30 to 50 years in the wild. So you can add that as another fact. So come in and put 30 to 50 years in wild. Again, that's not a complete sentence, and that's what I want. You can do the complete sentence later. I can't emphasize that enough. I do want to demonstrate something. I've had this happen in my class where a student might grab this information. Let's say they grab orcapods, work together, and they grab that whole text. They copy it by doing Control C after selecting it, return to their document, and in here they do Control V. They just paste the entire thing in there. Now let me go ahead and hit the Enter key to force that number. Now I don't know about you, but I don't see a lot of middle school kids writing like this, and I've actually gone up to a student and said, "Are these your words?" And they look me straight in the face and say yes. So I go ahead and I grab that text that they supposedly wrote. I do Control C, and I'm going to go ahead and return. I'm going to close this window. I'm going to go to Google, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paste those words into a Google search and hit the Enter key. And sure enough, it could be either the top one or the bottom one, and it takes me straight to the site where that information was copied. So I can't emphasize enough that I do not want you to put complete sentences. I want to prevent plagiarism. It's not ethical. You want to do the right thing and be a better writer anyway. So I'll go ahead and return and get another fact later. Let's force that number 3. Now these numbers are not important. It's just organization. You will be getting rid of those numbers later. So if you lose them in the research part, don't worry about it. As long as you have your 3 facts and 2 reasons they're endangered, it's not a big deal. I will return back to the document, and I'm going to take the information about how fast the orca can swim, which says roughly 35 miles per hour. So I will go back to that document and type in reach speed of 35 miles per hour. I would like you to write this out later. A lot of students will leave the MPH. When you do write the sentences, please do write miles per hour instead. Same with pounds. What they'll do is they'll come in and they'll write they weigh, let's say 50 pounds, and I'll put LBS. When you do write it, I would prefer that you spell out pounds instead. That's just a little tip for later when you do the writing piece of this assignment. Now let's go find out 2 reasons they're endangered. Now most of the information falls under threats. So if you don't want to read and you want to find the information quickly, you could do Control F and start typing in threats in that search. And here it is. So if you look under threats, it talks about basically just pollution. And you need 2 reasons that they're endangered. So in this case, what we could say is they're the most contaminated marine mammal. And then for the next sentence, you might give more details if those are the only reasons that they're given. The majority of animals are endangered primarily because of habitat loss and poaching, but in this case it's just mentioning pollution. So I'm going to show you what the final document ended up looking like. If you look at it, I put endangered because of pollution and chemicals, and then for 5 I put pollution leads to disease and reproductive problems. If you look at some of the others, the polar bear, they're primarily endangered because of loss of sea ice, which is affecting their hunting, and illegal poaching. I will make this available so you can see how this should be set up. For now, this concludes the session on how to do the research part of this assignment. I hope that you've learned a lot during this process, and don't plagiarize. Until next time, have a wonderful day.